Testing testicles, testing testicles. Have you got loose slabs in your garden? Every now and then it happens. I did this patio 6 years ago, and I must admit I've learned so much more with a primer. I think when I did this, I might have used a brush or a roller and painted the primer on the back of the tile. I've learned so much more over the years since then. When you're priming your tiles, you have to lather it on. The more you get on there, you want a millimetre, 2 millimetres thick of primer for it to have more chance to go and stick to the cement underneath. In this case over here, possibly, can't remember, maybe I brushed it in or used a roller. And they're just starting to do a little bit of a wobble because the primer hasn't stuck to the cement that good. This is how much of a wobble we got. See it? Wobble, wobble. Well, we'll sort that out. Using a professional priming slurry from Pave Tough. Isn't the brand I normally use, okay, but it still does. On the web for who are the ones with the pegs on it. They're all loose, so I'm gonna lift them up the least destructive way by using professional prime minister from Painter. Check it out. Hey Siri, shut up. Okay. Right, the customers told me there's been lots of ants and stuff coming up from under here and round this area. A bit of an ant infestation, something like that. So, well, I'll put a stick of grabber on it now so I can lift it up. But what you have to do using this method, the tile has to go back in the same way it came out. To make sure you're putting it back in the same position it was last time, mark it. Put a mark there and put a mark there. Now it definitely goes back in the same position as that. That will help loads. Right, let's grab it, lift it up. Oh, there we go. Right. Right, that's it. Right, let me show you what it looks. Let me show you what it looks like. I scraped off some of the excess dried cement off the top. Right, so this is the back of the tile where I haven't pasted it on that thick. Hasn't really touched in some places. So I'm going to put a disc cutter across the top of here now and grind all that down flat. Right, I'll make sure all the dust is off the top. So basically, I'm going to prime this now with a primer, and I'm going to pour loads more back on there, stick them back down. This time round, we're going to put loads of it on now. Been quite generous now with a primer. So we got primer there, primer on the back tile, much thicker than what it was originally. Now this will really properly glue it together. Right, grab it back on, I'll just manoeuvre it into position. There we go, just rub it back and forth. And now that's gonna stick like shit. I got a hose on. I'm gonna clean out the joints. Done. So rather than having to rip everything up, scrape off what you can, prime it better than the way I primed it originally. Don't know how I done it, roller or a brush. Don't know. Now I've learned years later. Gotta lather it on. This is why they've wobbled. So that's a good reason why not to roll it or brush it. Slap it on, couple of millimeters, loads of it, and splat, done. So the more bosh, 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 the more it, if that makes any bloody sense. So I'm happy with that. They're in, done. So, end of the video. Later.